Good morning. I got 7 stories this week for you. In the first one, the U.S. energy storage industry crushed the numbers for Q3 with 476 megawatts and 764 megawatt hours installed in the quarter. To put that in perspective, in 2018, a total of 777 megawatt hours were installed across the country in the entire year. For this quarter, the Resi market notched 52 megawatts and 119 megawatt hours, with about 7,300 sites installed in the quarter. As to be expected, the lion's share of those were in California. In other news, financial behemoth Blackrock rolled out a tool called Aladdin that will let investors evaluate the effect of climate change on their investment portfolios. Fortunately or not, money moves the world. So actually having a tool that moves those investments in the right direction is probably pretty helpful. That tool is used by many of the world's biggest pension funds, asset managers, and insurance companies. In 2021, BlackRock will be looking at climate risk the same way it looks at other risks like liquidity. Let's hope that more and more people use Aladdin, although some fear the climate change genie is already too far out of the bottle to avoid some of the serious impacts we had been hoping to put off. In other news, GE announced it's taken its 5.3 megawatt Cypress onshore wind platform and bumped that up to 6 megawatts now. It also has modular two-piece blades, all this to be installed or out there in the market by 2022, and it has been engineered to allow for up-tower repairs and predictive maintenance. Overall, it's expected that it will increase output over the 5.3 platform by about 11%, which will drop down levelized costs of energy, making everything cheaper. That should help their sales tally, which is right now at about 3.4 gigawatts with that platform. The FERC may soon come up to full staffing again. 2 new FERC staffers have been nominated, Democrat Allison Clemens and Republican Mark Christie. Christie's a former regulator out of Virginia, and Clemens has a solid background in energy and policy, worked for a while with Natural Resources Defense Council and also the Energy Foundation. Those nominations now get advanced to the full Senate. Meanwhile, Denmark says sayonara to oil and gas. Oh well, maybe they say farvel. The point is, the country just canceled its latest hydrocarbon licensing round, and the parliament has said no more oil and gas production by 2050. It's a small oil economy, only 100,000 barrels per day. The UK is about 10 times that, but nonetheless, it puts the first marker of that type in the ground. Let's see what other countries follow. That might take a while. In Germany, 2 drivers took a VW ID3 electric vehicle 28,000 kilometers around the country in a very circuitous route. That's about 17,000 miles. They went from Oberstdorf in southern Germany to Sylt in the far north, and they charged at 652 fast charging stations up to 125 kW, and also used 865 VW dealerships' wall box charging stations. Let's see somebody try that in the United States. Well, a boy can dream. And in the old tech department, it appears that liquid metal battery company Ambri, which has been around a long time, and some of you might have seen the TEDx video from, probably 8 or 9 years ago now, with Donald Sadoway from MIT. At any rate, that battery hadn't yet made it into the market, but there was a new announcement from TerraScale, which is a company that develops sustainable data centers, saying they're moving forward in this project, a 500 megawatt on-site renewables project in Reno, Nevada, called Energos. TerraScale, the company doing this, essentially has announced a 500 megawatt deal with Ambri, 500 megawatt hours. The first part of this would see 250 megawatt hours of storage installed in 2021. Ambri's long duration systems are meant to charge and discharge for over 20 years with negligible wear and tear on the battery. It'll be interesting to see if Ambri can actually scale and carve out a sustainable market niche here. I first started tracking that company when I visited the headquarters in 2012, and then wrote a Forbes piece in 2014, and have been looking forward to see them finally achieve some success in the marketplace. This might be the first step in terms of commercial long-term viability. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week.